how to find the best mentor that fits you with Socionics.
Let's talk about that. So recently I was looking for a mentor, and I feel like having a mentor is important because if you find a good mentor, he or she can help you a lot with developing yourself and learning skills much faster and make them stronger and make more use of them. So
and it's not necessarily needs to be the person that you meet personally. It just can be somebody who you look up to. And
you can just not look up, just learn from him or her, reading their books, watching their interviews.
Yeah, learn about them, how did they achieve things, and try to repeat. And with Socionics, we know that if the best is looking up for people with the same type as you, because they have the same strong and weak sides, the same issues, the same approaches, the same instruments to approach certain tasks.
So while looking for a mentor, I just noticed some interesting things that was coming through my mind while I was looking for a mentor, is that I tend to look for people who are very different than I am. And I thought that it is so tempting to look for something who is so different.
Oh yeah.
And you would kind of like to be like this person. You would like to be like this person because he is just so cool and he can do things that you're not capable. You don't feel like you're capable of doing. So you want to learn his tricks. You want to do, just learn the skills.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you think that all that he can do is just the skills that you can learn, and you can become anyone you want. Any person you see, you can become them if you will learn their skills.
Yeah, especially if you read their book and they say you that if I can do it, then anyone can do it. But we know that it's not true because there are 16 different types in Socionics and they have different tools and each of them got strong and weak sides. And when usually a person achieves something significantly, it will be using their strong sides rather than weak. And if it's not the same strong sides as you have, you will have incredibly difficult time to repeat what they're doing.
But you can learn still some skills from them. You can develop your weaker sides a little bit using learning the skills.
You can bring them up a little bit, but you can never have these sides as strong as the person of other type.
Yeah, become another type.
Or definitely cannot become other type. And this is what many people are doing mistakes, and especially like this how is success books or there are so many of them, and I read quite a bit of them. And
what did you learn? Do you feel like you learned something significant?
Well, luckily I read at least couple authors that were from my quadrant, and they had it was either mirror or even my own type, and this is the best. That's what you're aiming for. So if
he was reading books of presidents.
Well, that's I was just reading one. So what you're talking about? Yeah. So ideally, you want, again, the same type or maybe mirror. From type that mirrors you is you can also learn quite a bit because their leading function is what your creative is, and also the background and observing functions, and you can get quite a bit what your site is a little bit not as vivid. You can learn from them, and they share the same values, and they called mirror for a reason. And I think you can learn some things from duals as well, but it's very tricky because duals, they are made to complement you. So you cannot ever become like them. That's why they complement you, because they have strong sides, the ones that you have weak. Mm-hmm. So that's why duality works, because you complement each other on all the aspects. So basically, when dual couple works together, they don't have seemingly like weak sides together. Mm-hmm. If they can, find this teamwork sort of.
Yeah.
And really match together, because it can be a long process as well.
So I was reading a couple of books of extroverted sensing from my quadra for SEE, right? SEE.
Yeah.
And because they are my activator, like the intertype relationships, they are like activation. So they are like so powerful, they're so dominant, they push people so much, but people are still liking them and they want to follow them.
They're so likable.
They are likable, yes, and they are so strong that they're so dominant, and you kind of want to be like them. And you're reading the books and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna learn the skills and I'm gonna become like this. And I've seen so many people who are like reading the very same books and they're the very same type as me, and they're thinking, okay, I'm gonna be so likable. I'm gonna be like reading people. I
can overcome any obstacle.
Well, you can, but it's more about, I think, people approach and how you can control people. Okay. I will be able to control people if I understand like how to get to them. And you're like you're learning all the skills, what people can be, how you can manipulate them, and that's
what's in reality.
And that's why there are so many also books about how you can manipulate people. I'm so strong and have so strong people skills. I can manipulate anyone. I can understand anyone. I can get under anyone's skin. I can learn their motive. I can know what they want and this kind of stuff.
So what these books, what kind of effect?
Well, honestly, I don't remember anything from those books. I tried to apply something, but more I read those types of books, and when I started learning Socionics, I figured that I remember much better advices from people my type than I remember any advices from those guys. Even though they are so great, but the advices of people of my type, they are so easy to remember and so easy just to put to your life. That it just takes zero effort for me just to remember this and to apply in my life. And you might think, oh, they are so, when you're especially looking for people of your type, they're in the kind of same level as you are, you cannot really learn a lot from them. And you're feeling like, oh, they're so boring, I'm better than them. I'm like, what I can learn from them? They're so boring. This is so often I've heard.
So obvious.
This is so obvious, everything they're saying. There's nothing I can learn from them. So maybe you should look for people who are more experienced than you are. Maybe they're older than you are, and you can learn more. But from people of your type, you can learn so much faster, especially in the field that you choose, in the your industry where you want to work.
Oh, yeah.
You just choose people of your type in this industry.
Oh, yeah, this is important. You're not just looking for people of your own type and expect that they're going to teach you anything. It's not going to happen if they on the same or even lower level of self-development than you.
Well, if they are lower, then it's more beneficial for them to talk with you.
Yeah. And you need to look mentors who always you need to look for mentors who achieved more than you.
In the field that you want to achieve.
Exactly. So if
you want to become a president, those books that you read, they might help you.
I don't want to become president.
Okay.
But I read, for example, Paul Tuttle book.
And he's a president.
He's not president, but he is businessman, and he kind of person that you can look up to. He is the same type as me, but
tell about the president.
His psychosophy is different. So ideally, you also can learn more from people who got the same or similar psychosophy that you got, because it also really affects like what can you do or what you cannot. And he got quite opposite, I would say, like almost opposite psychosophy than me. So I agree with like everything he said, but in the same time it would be a little bit hard to apply a lot of the stuff he said, because my psychosophy is different and my priorities are different. So it's not easy task to find a mentor, to say very least.
About the president that you've read.
Well, I didn't finish that book. I read about Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, I just loved how you were repeating like all those stories that he had. This was so awesome. And we actually mentioned one in Extroverted Sensing video.
Yeah.
And he's so good.
Yeah, there were quite... Yeah, I definitely can have some of the examples that I can took from him, how he behaved in difficult situations, and that was
like shooting with a gun, Indians.
But okay. So, well, yeah, the difficulty here is whether you can determine or know your type correctly and the type of the person. But you need to know that you cannot just follow anyone and believe anyone who's saying, yeah, you can do exactly like me. You can do everything. I will teach you. Just read my book or whatever. Listen my seminars. Yeah. You'll be like me. No, it's not going to happen unless you're the same type and your psychosophy is close to that person. You cannot really achieve that because your psychic, your brain is...
It's just not gonna...
It's built differently.
Yes. It's not gonna get this info, like... It will not be able to make the most usage of this information because you tend to act differently than that person. And even if you will try, your brain will kind of protest and not let you doing this, at least in a long-term period. So it's just going to be
you're just not going to be happy, and in the end it's not worth it. You know, you're going to be moving very, very slowly if you're going to try to pull your weak sides to the, where they cannot be.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us what you think, and thank you for watching.
See you in next videos. If you want to watch more, click the video on the left or on the right.
And to subscribe, click the circular channel icon. Thank you for watching.